Hi, welcome to my little rant video with mediocre Splatoon gameplay in the background.
Fuck.
Enjoy. 2015. To the average person, that's just another year. To some, it's when Undertale or Fallout 4 was released. But if you read the title and willingly clicked on the video, you probably know what I'm about to say. 2015 was the year Splatoon released, a game that would go on to change my life forever. I was a very sheltered kid. My parents were very protective of me, but for a good reason. I was just starting to get into the internet too at the big age of 11, but most of it was Minecraft videos, you know, those roleplay videos, mod showcases. Yeah, that's the kind of shit I watched. Though I had recently started broadening my horizons and was watching a playthrough of Super Mario 3D World by Swimming Bird. Don't ask me how I remember that. Anyway, YouTube's algorithm must have seen that I was starting to like watching Nintendo content and recommended me a little game called Splatoon. Specifically, a lyric video. A lyric video of the Calamari Incantation. I'm not kidding. You know how in the lore, the stupid song etches itself into the souls of those who hear it? Yeah, that was me, and I was instantly obsessed. I looked up as many lyric videos as I could because my dumb child brain thought they were literal translations and didn't know these squid kids had their own language. I still have that playlist to this day, and I like to add it with fan songs I enjoy. Unfortunately, I discovered this video long after the final Callie vs. Marie Splatfest, and I also had no sense of lore and story. All I knew about this game was the funny Squid Sisters music and comic dubs I found. I consumed as much Splatoon content as I could, because I couldn't get a Wii U. I still to this day have never owned one. And looking back, thank God, honestly. But I remember begging, practically on my hands and knees for one. But my parents understandably said no, because you already own a Wii, which at that point didn't work anymore outside of the Wii Sports that came with it. And I think we already had an Xbox at the time as well. Fast forward to around 2018-2019, the Nintendo Switch had been out for a while at this point, but I kinda gave up asking for another console. I was just content being on YouTube and watching my Minecraft and Splatoon and now Undertale. I watched gameplay, art, and comic dubs. We're not gonna bring up Undertale. Then, one fateful Christmas, my brother and I were opening presents around the tree when there it was. A sleek red box. A Nintendo Switch. Thank you, Grandma! You are the f***ing GOAT! My brother and I practically screamed unwrapping that in Mario Odyssey. We wanted to set it up and boot up the game immediately. We loved it too. Of course, as the older sibling, I was always Mario, and my brother was an absolute troll as Cappy, but this video isn't about that. I knew Splatoon 2 was the thing and that it was on the Switch, so I begged, once again, to buy a video game. My parents said no because you just got a game, which was fair looking back, but I saved up my Christmas and chore money to eventually, finally, get Splatoon. And oh boy, did I love it. Was I good? Hell no.
Fuck.
Did I have fun? Oh, you bet your sweet ass I did. I had already fallen in love with Pearl and Marina from the reveal trailer and other things I've seen of them. But the first Splatfest I ever played, action versus comedy, was honestly surreal. Seeing them up on that stage singing their little cephalopod hearts out was just beautiful for me. Of course I played the story mode. I loved Agent 4, loved Marie's sassy little comments over the comms in-game, and loved the final boss so much that I played it with every weapon twice. Yeah, I might have some kind of undiagnosed autism. One gripe I had, though, was that the Squid Sisters had so much more music and story behind them, and Off the Hook had nothing? What the hell, Nintendo? You made new characters to just exist? Wait, what's that sound? March 8th, 2018, Nintendo Direct. I actually was able to watch this one live. A lot was revealed in this Direct, including Kirby Star Allies, Mario Tennis, I guess, Undertale came to the Switch, and holy shit, new Splatoon update! So many new clothes, and some of these actually look good. New maps? Hell yeah! I think Piranha Pit was a returning one. Ooh! Camp Triggerfish looks like a mountain camp I've been to. Wahoo World looks really fun. Oh, X-Rank. I don't really touch rank mode, but good for them. Ooh, Galley Octo King! Oh, this update looks amazing. Wait, What's happening to the screen? Whoa, my god! Octo expansion ripped the Splatoon fandom open. If you were there, oh boy. Theories were going crazy. Art was popping up left and right, and just something about the music, the setting, that outfits just flipped some switch in my brain, and I was right back into the fandom more than ever. I remember the second it dropped, watching it take hours to download. I'm pretty sure it broke the servers. I had an internal conflict of wanting to watch Failboat play it live on stream, while also wanting to go in blind. I was still in school at the time, so I watched him play a few levels on the car ride to school and prayed that by the time I got back home, it would be downloaded. And it was, baby! I ran my ass right to the TV and booted up Splatoon 2, reading all the dialogue in the news, like knowing every detail would be on a test to pass the next stage of life or something, and ran my little inkling to that sketchy hole where I finally woke up in the deep sea metro. The change of pace was instant. It wasn't the colorful, silly Octo Canyon of the story mode with Marie teasing the player at every turn. No, this was dark. Creepy, almost. I remember going through the first area slowly, trying to understand why I saw IV tubes, eyes, why the enemy ink texture was the way it was. Listening to the ambience and music, I had to know what the hell was going on here. So I continued on and met that frickin' phone. God, I wanted to put it into a blender.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
When I finally did gather all the things, I realized the same thing everyone else did. These pieces look like a blender. That's weird. Why does it look like that? Why are you getting in it? What the f- Yeah, this got dark really fast. Now it's about escaping. Getting the hell out of this facility and getting to your freedom. The whole sequence will always be my favorite thing in any of the games. Slowly overcoming challenges that are familiar from the tests, but now with greater risk, was thrilling to me. Oh, that stupid pushing the core thing was so hard for me. I remember just jumping off so I could get the skip for free. I was that bad. And finally, when you reach the elevator, it slowly rises, and you think you're free. You're almost to the top, and then the elevator stops. You look up to see the very person that had just saved you. Now mind-controlled by Tartar, and is now fighting you. You are, in a sense, fighting yourself. And that blew my little mind. Not only was the AI fairly intuitive, but the re-spamming specials that shouldn't be possible locks in how wrong everything is. How desperate Tartar is to kill you. Even as a kid, I could feel that. But when all is said and done, and you finally get up to the surface, see the sun rising in the distance, that sense of relief washes over you. Especially when Pearl and Marina finally come pick you up and start doing their shenanigans with Old Man Cuttlefish. But that sense of dread quickly comes back as a giant statue rises from the water. The very facility you just escaped from rising back up in a last attempt to take you back. The first time I saw this, I started freaking out. Like, what do you mean this isn't over? This dumbass phone isn't dead either, bro? Okay. Okay, calm down. It's just a giant laser that can wipe out the entire city you've grown to love over the years. It's fine, nothing bad can happen. I did actually fail the boss fight the first time, and I remember being devastated that I had failed. Then I remembered it was a damn video game and I can just reach that boss fight though. It was the first and only time in this series they turned a turf war into a fight for not only your life, but for the entire city you're trying to escape to. Setting off those hyper bombs, grinding the rails like a damn Sonic game, 14-year-old me was sweating bullets from the fear of failing again, the absolute hype behind Fly Octo Fly. The Octo expansion soundtrack is still my favorite to this day. Finally, when all is said and done, you can finally breathe. You can look out into the sun with your newfound family with a song to lament your journey into the light. Side note, I did actually cry at this point in the story, and I cannot for the life of me tell you why. Maybe it was because I really projected onto Agent 8 without really trying. I felt so immersed in this world, this adventure of Agent 8 discovering themselves, waking up in this strange world underground. I felt like I was Agent 8, despite them having their own personality and such. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching up to this point. It really means a lot. I do want to take the time to say this next section, it will be about the fandom and some creators in it, not in any negative way, of course. I just want to say I may not know their full history, as I wasn't fully in the fan bases as much as I'd like to think. So some things I say may be untrue, and if that is the case, I'm very, very sorry in advance for being misinformed. As a kid, I really wanted to be part of the fandom and share my ideas and art and all that like anyone else would. I did try Mino, and well, thank God I didn't stay. However, I had been casually following this really talented comic dubber and voice actress, Yumi Studio. When she announced that she was making a Discord server, I jumped in as soon as I could. I made an account, JJ16, creative I know, and joined right away. I was around 14 years old when I joined the server, and this is where things started to get rolling. Now, just to get it out of the way, I'll just say I really took a liking to role-playing, and that's actually how I met a lot of my friends. I won't go too much into detail, but most of the friends I have today came from that server or had some kind of history with it. I was upset when it got disbanded, but there was a lot of drama around it and people just being assholes, so it was understandable. Another big idol for me in the community was Caitlin Coy. Her lyric videos really got me into the fandom and music a bit more. I loved the concept of taking a fake language and trying to translate it and really looked up to her. My friend, Project88, is a mod in her server, and I kind of forgot about that until I got a really random DM from them. 88 wanted me to hop on Lethal Company, which I found weird as we haven't touched it in a while, but I was more than happy to play.
Don't let him back in. Don't let him back in. Don't let him back in. What's the password?
Your mom, because she's right here.
What the fuck? Is that right here?
It's a Roomba. Yeah, he stepped on the mine. I told him it was a Roomba and he did it for the bit. Don't press and hold. Don't press and hold right click. Wait, you actually believed me? You thought that was a Roomba?
Yeah, I did. It did.
I went from thinking it was just gonna be us and a few other friends like Mesmer or Kay. When I loaded in, I freaked the fuck out, man. There she was, someone I had looked up to for years, right in front of me in the digital plane. I was so nervous, but playing with her a lot and getting to know her a bit, she's super nice and has a huge heart for people. It was an honor to talk with her, and we had so much fun. But it really put into perspective something. Creators, no matter how big or small, are still people, like you and me. all with their own issues and personalities. I won't say too much for privacy's sake, but I did get a little nervous when Caitlyn had a few minor seizures while playing, but that was only because I'm wired to fix every problem I come across, and she did nothing to make me feel like that. I just have a weird mentality. As if my luck couldn't get any weirder, I found yet another fan idol group I loved. The Punks from the Deep Sea Trench. I'll be honest, punky music wasn't really my thing, but hearing their Splatoon cover, I started to change my mind. I liked watching Trench's Splatcasts and seeing a new, mature personality in the Splatoon universe, even if it wasn't canon. When Rigi opened their own Discord server, I hopped right in. Got to talking with them, and other server members swooned over their art like an idiot, cause, you know, I just like art. And Rigi even complimented my own art. I felt seen in a new way by someone who I thought had their shit together. I even commissioned them. Granted, it was a huge ask and took like 6 months. I still feel bad. But, like, look at it!
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it!
It's so good! Money well spent. I even helped color some of the Grandfest animation they did and was featured in a Q&A animatic. Now, around this time, I had some lore and a few songs of my own in Idol's Radio Pulse, and seeing Richie take an interest really inspired me to just keep at it. And being in the server got me some connections to commission music for them. One day, Richie and I got to talking in DMs about how I went to a concert recently, and Richie recognized the place I went to. I said it was about an hour drive from my house, which is when they revealed they lived 20 fucking minutes away from me. I had to do a mental double take. Rigi, 20 minutes away. And they invited me to get boba? What the fuck? What entity blessed me? So, we set up a day and met up. We were both nervous as shit, and it was the first time getting boba too, which made things worse for me, but we hit it off and talked about art, Splatoon, and all sorts of stuff. And now I'm addicted to boba, so fuck you, Rory! A few months later, it was announced that Rigi, Caitlyn, and Taco, who made Shrillet, were doing a huge collab. Part of me was a bit butthurt that it wasn't me, but I was honestly much more excited to see what they would cook up. And man, it was big. I'm talking full 3D models, a whole new Splat cast, merch, which I bought as much as I fucking could, because 1, it was great, and 2, I really wanted to support these people for being as much of an inspiration to me and all these other people for all these years. And apparently I bought so much that Taco DM'd me and gave me backstage access. I did not ask for it or expect it, but thank you. Here's the Discord world to prove it. And when I joined, I saw so many people I recognized. Legend of Long, Nami, Blue Shell Plush, Christoph Jacobs, Sally Strings, and oh my god, this is the biggest collab of Splatoon creators I've seen in my life. And the finished product? I cried. I really did. It was just, this collab just reaffirmed why I love this game and its community. The love for a game, for art, for each other, seeing the beautiful things these people can make, no matter what skill level they're at. This is why Splatoon saved me.